Hello and welcome to another update video about Solana. Solana's chart on the long-term chart or larger time frame unchanged. We are still holding in this overall, you could say, broadening wedge pattern, which is a warning because these wedge patterns, they tend to break to the downside eventually. It most likely will eventually. So I think we need to pay close attention to the lower boundary line. Ideally, before that happens, though, we would like to see one more high in this cycle for the price to reach the 360 plus area. This is just sort of the next swing high that would be, or the next target for the next swing high should a decent rally develop from here. And important is to understand that should we break out of the lower boundary line, there is some Fibonacci support there, $162. Below that, however, it might test the area around 120. 110, $120 between these red structural support lines, which, I mean, it's sort of, I think below that it's really going to start to look bad for Solana. The main takeaway from previous videos when we covered the larger time frame was always that we are in the late stages of a cycle and that we can visually already identify 5 waves up from the August low. So I can easily identify a wave 1, a wave 2, a wave 3, a wave 4, and a wave 5. The wave 5 is just very short. So I would prefer one more high, okay? Because technically, in this structure, there should be a diagonal structure, and the 5th wave of a diagonal is an ABC structure. Well, the 3rd as well, but we talk about the 5th wave now. And I can identify this as an A wave and a B wave. So as long as we're holding higher low, I give the bulls here certainly the benefit of the doubt. But rest assured, you will be kept updated. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you do. There are pretty much daily updates for Solana. And sometimes there are more updates on X. There are more updates on Discord for gold members. But here on YouTube, you are also well informed. So make sure you subscribe if you want to be kept up to date. Yeah. So looking at the smaller time frame, this is mainly now from this Monday low, and here the main focus is on whether the bulls can generate enough upside momentum in the white scenario to form a 5-wave pattern and also break above the green line, which is the next critical resistance line. You could say breakout line maybe at $244. So this is what we are focusing on here. There are some parameters we can watch. I mean, I don't see this. I mean, you could say it's fairly clear because we have we have a series of higher highs. We don't even know if this low will be holding. Therefore, it's only a 3-wave move up. Could easily be an ABC structure, right? So I've labeled it tentatively as a diagonal structure. We'll see how it unfolds. It counts best as wave 1, wave 2, A, B, but we would then need to see now a rally into the blue target zone. I assume this is what's going to happen. The condition is the price needs to hold above $202.50. So that would be the level that would keep us safe here, because below that level, I wouldn't assume that's necessarily the case anymore, right? It would then either reset the B wave, or we might even completely invalidate this structure, which means it ended as a 3-wave corrective rally. Because that's what it is. It is at the moment only a 3-wave move up, which means we're dealing with an unclear, okay, it's not an unclear pattern, but we're dealing with unclear trend direction. Yeah, maybe rather like that. I mean, I'm tracking here a diagonal, so we get invalidation points. And the invalidation point is the $190 level. And the diagonal pattern is highlighted here in white and should form 5 waves. But diagonals cannot be trusted. It's important to watch this like a hawk, basically. But yeah, already, I mean, any break below that intraday low, right, here at around 200-250 will already increase the risk of invalidation, but we won't have an invalidated pattern until the price breaks below 190. It is certainly only a 3-wave move up, so the only way for me how this could work is as a diagonal. Why not as an impulse? Some people might call it an impulse. I mean, I don't, just mainly because of the you could say unclear subwave structure. This is also quite deep anyway, this pullback here. It went below the 50% retracement of that rally, so it typically can't really be an impulse. Some people might say, oh, but we don't have an overlap there between wave 1 and 4. Well, that's clear. So if we say impulse, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I can tell you it doesn't have the right look for an impulse. Sharp pullback. And as I said, in impulses, we normally don't want the price to go below the 50% FIB level. Well, it did, right? Not on a sustained basis, but it did. So yeah, I'm not, you know, it's either a diagonal or it's an ABC. And there is a very clear level that helps us distinguish between them. But as I said, I assume the white count for now and would start to change my view possibly below 200, 250, certainly below 190. That's the update about Solana. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.